Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with Minds. What's up, everybody? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and welcome back to the Pressure Podcast. It's a Saturday night edition. Prayers under pressure. Let's get it.
Hell yeah!
Happy belated Christmas.
Happy belated Christmas. We couldn't come to you on Thursday because of Christmas. I had to work, and woo, Disney was busy. We normally establish what we learn on Mondays, on Thursdays, but we're going to do that today. So today's going to be half a Thursday and half a Saturday. We're not going to give you a top 10 Thursday today, but we will give you a nice little list. Today we will cover the NFL Week 17 slate. Not all the games, just the ones that matter. And we're going to give you some picks and predictions, some nice fantasy football talk. We're going to talk the state of the NBA, what we learned after 10 weeks of the NBA. And then we're also going to give you the QFL, which for everyone who doesn't know, that's what I call the NFL, the Quarterbacks Fucking League Power Rankings, and the N3A, for those who don't know, that's what I call the NBA, the National Basketball Association, is, to me, the Negro 3-point addicts. That's Power Rankings also here today, not to mention Players Under Pressure, so we're loaded today. We are coming to you on a day where Derrick Henry has passed O.J. Simpson and Adrian Peterson for most 200-yard games all time at 7. The Lord's number, 7. That's Melo's number. That's a good accomplishment for the legend and the king that he is. For my Baltimore Ravens, King Henry, thank you very much.
Hell yeah!
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Ravens fan, because believe me, Lamar's first MVP year, we had to face him, and he ran all over us in Baltimore. Eliminated us and took us out of the playoff contention.
Fatality. Also salute to one of the best quarterbacks rushing in NFL history, and Michael Vick, who wore number 7 as well. So, shout out to bro.
Oh, shoot.
Be cool, nigga.
I was like, what the fuck were you going with that one? All right, I thought you were going to give props to Malik Willis. I was about to throw something at you just then. You need to warn me sometimes, broski. I didn't know you were going with that. I was like, wait a minute. Don't tell me.
One of the best quarterback rushers of all time.
Don't
War
tell me
number
you
7.
gotta give Malik Willis some love here.
War number 7. Past
All
tense.
Right. All right. That's all right. I don't mind Michael Vick. I just thought you were going to go with Malik Willis for a second.
Hell no.
Hit me with a fucking low blow there.
No way in hell.
Well, without further ado, we are coming to you live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cole. We are rated we are rated M for millennials, everybody. Today is week 17 and week 10 of the NBA and NFL respectively. We're gonna cover the power rankings, the NBA and NFL, the Sunday NFL picks, and then the players under pressure. But first, let's go with the games that just finished. So we have the Christmas games, which was between the Broncos and the Chiefs, the Lions and the Vikings, and the Cowboys and the Commanders. The first games was the Lions and the Vikings. No, the Cowboys and the Commanders.
Yeah,
actually.
Cowboys, Commanders.
That was the first game.
And then there was
To where I had a good parlay going. Everything that I had for the Cowboys hit on both of my parlays. But the Lions absolutely sold my shit. How the fuck did the Lions lose to the Vikings this badly? How the fuck did Goff only have 10 points? He had probably his worst game of the season, or the second worst game of the season today, because I remember he had a game where he had 5 picks.
67 yards, two interceptions.
Yeah, but I don't think that even the 5-pick game had such a bad passer rating as he did today or yesterday. 64.9 on
97 yards.
That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I don't know what happened to Goff, but it might be a sign that regime's gone to an end with Goff at the helm. I think you should keep the coach. I think you should keep the offensive coordinators, the weapons that you have. I think you just need to upgrade that quarterback. If you could get Joe Burrow, that's the one you should get. What quarterback you think other than Joe Burrow would make sense without outside of drafting one that you can think of? I don't think I can't think of many. A quarterback that wants to trade?
Not that anybody would want to keep. It's been really bad to watch quarterbacks play this year. It hasn't been a good year for quarterbacks.
Or here's a better question:
Maybe like 3.
other than Joe Burrow, what available quarterback is better than Jared Goff? I can't think of any. That's going to be available. It might be available because
It could
Kirk
be like
Cousins
a
ain't it.
Dak.
Joe Flacco ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herpes ain't it, but I don't think the Chargers are getting rid of him.
It could be like a Dak if they decide to move from him.
Maybe Dak. Maybe Dak. Dak in this offense will work, but that defense is going to let him down anyway. They got to tool up that defense and get a new quarterback. If they could get Dak, but then what are the Cowboys going to do? Go with Goff? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like they just need to rebuild completely. I don't think you want to retool that team because
Yeah, but you can't go with what you think, bro. So you got to go with what's most likely possible with Jerry Jones. You got to go with the most realistic expectation of everything you know Jerry Jones.
the way
is willing
Jerry
to do.
Jones operates is he gets rid of all his players. It seems like.
No, he gets rid of one player to get a bunch of multiple picks like he did Herschel Walker. You know what I'm saying? He's not the type to sell the farm. I know he's not going to get rid of Dak Prescott. I think he should move on to it personally, but I think they're going to keep him again because I think he loves what they see from their offense. I think the defense is what they're going to fix most. I don't see nobody. I mean, Russell Wilson maybe, but Russell Wilson ain't better than Jared Goff. Not at this moment in his career. And I can't think of anybody else, honestly. Gardner Minshew, come on now. There's nobody in Houston. There ain't nobody in any of that. I mean, they ain't gonna give Tua no money.
And especially not like as I'm saying this year. This year has been really bad for quarterbacks. They have not played up to standard. A lot of.
No, this was a bad year for the top 5 quarterbacks. It wasn't a bad year for quarterbacks in general. It's just that some of the quarterbacks that weren't supposed to be good were better than expected. Kind of like, what's his name, Drake May. But he's literally the only one because you're kind of right. Now that I'm thinking about it, you ain't lying because Bo Nix ain't really turning it up. Neither is Goff. Neither is J.J. McCarthy for all that matter. And definitely not Herpes. C.J. Stroud is
Caleb
starting
Williams
to
is doing better, but he's
but
not
he
like,
ain't no shit. And Bronny Love, fuck him. Yeah, you're right. Jaden Daniels was hurt. You know, so you ain't lying, broski. I think the
C.J.
Lions are basically
Stroud.
stuck with Jared Goff.
C.J. Stroud hasn't played good. I thought Jared Goff played good this year by his numbers perspective, but not by his record perspective.
Yeah,
Definitely didn't play up to
hopefully
standard
for
with that.
Detroit, that was just a bad season. Hopefully they could retool on defense because if they could get their defense going, this is an elite team again. But I don't know how much you can repeat with the same guys over and over and over and over again and not lose some kind of confidence. You know.
Not only that, other teams are going to get better, obviously.
Yes. So they lost their NFC North title. Then the next game was the Broncos and the Chiefs, where everybody can imagine the Broncos were going to win that one. Obviously, it was going to be a close game because the Chiefs are still champions. They're not going to just roll over and play dead at home, not to a divisional opponent who they play 2 times a year. I think that this is much as saying nothing. I think this is what we're going to expect from the Broncos. Is they're going to be low scoring but high potent defense, high octane defense. So the Chiefs are, you know what I'm saying, on the
I
way
thought
to
Knicks
Cabo.
played better than the numbers, though. The numbers that they showed.
Stop being nice.
I feel like they dropped. I feel like they dropped
Stop
a few passes
being nice.
that should have been touchdowns.
Knicks ain't do shit. Let's see what his numbers right here.
Go look it up.
I am going to look it up. You know, I know he didn't do shit because look, he only scored 20 points. Look at this, a 76.9 passer rating, 26 to 38, 182 yards. So he only averaged a touchdown, an interception, and a sack. That he had a fumble. He's lucky he didn't. Fuck him. He had better yards rushing than he did passing. This is crazy. 10 targets and 4 receptions.
He dropped like 3 passes.
Yeah.
I watched that whole thing. That shit was.
But I think the Broncos are they're just not going to win. I don't see them winning. Maybe
I honestly
maybe
think
get to the AFC Championship
I honestly
game.
think that they're missing number 1 wide receiver. They don't have that. They have a guy that he can have good games, but he's not. I don't think he's an elite wide receiver.
Yeah, but I don't get stuck into that stuff. You would love to have an elite number 1 wide receiver, but how many teams have a number 1 wide receiver and can't make the playoffs? And how many teams win Super Bowls and don't have a number 1 receiver? It's good to have it, but I don't stress too much into it. I think the problem is the quarterback. I think he just doesn't know how to get his teammates open. I don't think he feeds his teammates into the open lanes. I think they have to be open for him to trust him because he's very accurate, but he just doesn't. His anticipation just isn't there where it's supposed to be at this point of his career. And he's got Sean Payton. Granted, you don't have. You're right. He don't got that much weapons, but he's got something. I'm sorry, but he's got something.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's something he can rely on. Like I feel like they kind of let him down a lot. They do.
Josh Allen makes a career playing with guys who can't rely on him. But he ain't no Josh Allen. All right, so those are those games. And then the games that finished today, which was the Texans and the Chargers. The Texans basically are inching closer to the AFC South.
Let me see those stats because I didn't even watch that game.
Yes. Let's just put it like this. C.J. Stroud had a shitty day. He was okay. 80.1. He wasn't any better than the Knicks. But Herpes had even worse today, and his ratings don't say it because he had more yardage. But he was fumbling left and right. As you see, 2 fumbles lost and an interception. Sacked 5 times. He was horrendous. The only reason they have those points, let's look at where's the box score. Most of those points came in bullshit time. They only had 3 points in the first half because they could not stay on the field, thanks to fucking you know who. I think the same of the Broncos as I think of the Texans. I don't trust that offense. It's just a defense and nothing else, and I don't even trust a run game like that. They both got rookies at running back. They both got, one got a legit one receiver. He just can't get him the ball on a consistent basis. And the other one has a lot more weapons than the other guy, but none of them were elite. So it's just tit for tat. I think they're both in the same standing. Elite defenses with marred offenses. And like I said, in the QFL, these kind of offenses ain't going to win no more.
I feel like a lot of the wide receivers last year took a step back this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you on that.
In the QFL, this is why I call it the QFL. Teams like the Texans and the Broncos back then were capable of winning Super Bowls. It's just not no more. Whoever has the best head coach QB combo usually wins, and those guys don't have it compared to their playoff counterparts. So
And they will get outcoached.
Yep. Just like my Ravens and the Green Bay Packers, where my defensive coordinator was getting thoroughly outcoached by Matt LaFleur. However, Matt LaFleur ain't on the same level as John Harbaugh. This is another proof to show you why John Harbaugh is who he is and why he's been to our coach for the last 18 years. He knows how to prepare our team for the best success. The problem is he doesn't know how to prepare us to not fuck up. His game plan was unstoppable. They couldn't stop Derrick Henry, who broke a record and 4 touchdowns. He had more fantasy points than we had actual points. And the thing about the Green Bay Packers is they can't stop the run. So in the playoffs against a team like us, like Philly, they're gonna struggle. And without Bronny Love, Malik Willis did the best he could, but even he got hurt. Because our defense still has those remnants of being physical. The problem is the scheme doesn't work. It's a very bend, don't break defense, which is why we allow 24 points a game. However, we're not allowing the 40 and 30 that we used to before. If we sneak into the playoffs, I don't have much confidence, I don't have much patience, and I don't have much faith in my team, but it is my team nonetheless, so I have to go for them. And it is possible that we can win because the teams that are around in the AFC don't really scare me. Not the Texans, not the Broncos, not the Bills, not the Patriots. We were up on the Bills and the Patriots. We just decided to blow the lead. We were up on a lot of these teams, and we just decided to blow the lead. So I know that we could beat them. The thing is, I just don't have much faith in them. They've shown me nothing all season to give me faith. So I kind of hope that the Cleveland Browns don't win tomorrow to put me out of my misery. But fuck that shit, because I hate Schittsburg that much. I want them to fucking lose tomorrow. So come on, Cleveland. Come on. Let's go to the to our picks and predictions here. Started with the 1 o'clock games. We have the Seattle Seahawks on the road to the Panthers, Carolina home, but they are favored by 7. Obviously, I would favor them too. This is the number 2 offense and 2 ranked defense versus the 27th ranked offense, which is pathetic, and then the 14th ranked defense, which is middle of the road, middle of the pack. This is like a nice, maybe not a pay-per-view fight, but this is a nice little undercard of a pay-per-view fight where there's a title on the line. There's the NFC's first seed on one side and the NFC South on the other line. Okay? So, what are your expectations for this game?
I feel like Seattle needs to win this game.
You think Seattle needs to win this game more than the Panthers?
Not more than the Panthers, but I do think they need to win this game. I think this is a must win for each team because first of all, you want Seattle to get the home field advantage because I feel like without that, I don't think they have a chance in hell to beat any of those teams on the road. Not the Rams, not the Eagles, not San Francisco. Neither one of those three teams. So I say they do need to win, but I think the Panthers do need to win more because the Panthers, if they don't win this game, they give Tampa Bay a chance, which we will find out if they'll win because I don't know about Tampa either.
I have no doubt that the Panthers are in more perilous waters than Seattle is because if they don't win the division, they're not making the playoffs. Meanwhile, Seattle's already clinched. So I give you that. But I don't think the Panthers, and I don't think anybody really considers the Panthers as a serious threat. Seattle is. Because of that alone, I still think the game is more important for Seattle. It is imperative that they keep the number one seed to me. That 12-man field advantage is a real thing. They'll have the bye week, so extra rest. And not to mention, I think they have the worst quarterback out of the three.
Exactly.
So to me, this matters more to Seattle than the Panthers. Just because Seattle's an actual threat to win the Super Bowl, the Panthers are not.
They're just a surprise.
But it means more for the Panthers because they're the ones that doesn't clinch at the moment. So you're right for the moment, but for the long run, I think it's for Seattle. I actually expect a thorough beatdown from Seattle. I think Seattle's on a different class than this team. However, I don't know what Sam Darnold's going to show up. I don't know if that spread is going to cover.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This might be close. I say 3 by 3. I don't think they'll win it. I don't really think they'll win.
We will speak about your Niners. We will speak about your Niners very, very soon. Okay, you guys got the Sunday night football game. Welcome back, brother. Right here, we're trying to make our expectations and predictions for the Seahawks game. The thing is, Vegas has 7-point spread. I agree. This is a proper spread. This is not, egregious. I just don't know if I could trust it. I don't know if I could trust my money with Sam Darnold. He's just too up and down and too inconsistent. And the Panthers kind of do have a defense, as you see. Their defensive unit is the best out of the unit out of the team. Their offense doesn't scare me, but the problem is I don't think that their offense is going to do shit. That's the problem. Even if Sam Darnold turns on the ball over, I don't expect the offense to do shit against this defense. So I think it's still going to cover just because of the offense of the Panthers, not because of Sam Darnold. I think they're going to it should be a thorough beatdown, and I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to cover. I definitely place a bet there, but it ain't going to be big money. I'll use this more for a parlay than the builder than actual, like a straight-up bet.
I just worry we're going to get that Bryce Young that throws for 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Seattle should get that spread. I want the Panthers to win. I want to see, how Bryce Young performs in the playoffs because I prefer Baker Mayfield, but Baker ain't bacon. He's literally cooked right now, and so are the Buccaneers. So let's go to the next one right now.
Overcooked.
Yes. Here we got the my hateful division rivals and lifetime rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, where the Steelers are 9-5 and they're winning the AFC North at the moment. If they win this game, they clinch AFC North and the last playoff spot in the AFC. Therefore, and thus by eliminating my Baltimore Ravens. I don't know why Cleveland would do this a favor because we stole their franchise and won 2 Super Bowls with them. That's just fine. I don't expect Cleveland to do us favors because they cannot. They don't need to play anything. What all they're gonna do is end up with a worse draft pick. Okay, I don't think Stefanski's gonna tank on purpose, but I don't expect the best out of Cleveland. And if they sit Myles Garrett, which is still a game time decision, that tells everything we need to know.
I don't think they're gonna sit Myles Garrett with a record on the line. I just don't see that happening. But I do think he'll play the first half, and they probably will sit him if he doesn't get it by the half.
You know what's going to happen? This is probably what's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers is going to purposely give him a sack or 2, and then he's going to not play for the rest of the season and still win. That's what's going to happen. Watch. I called it right now. I think the Steelers are in a different class than the Cleveland Browns. Everybody should know this. As you can see by their rankings, you have the 11th ranked offense and the 18th ranked defense versus the 31st ranked offense and the 21st ranked defense. The only reason that the Steelers are only favored by 3 and not anymore is because Cleveland is a pesky team. I want Shador to show off on this punk-ass Pittsburgh defense. I want Shador to go and give us a second chance because if we play next week, it's going to be in Baltimore, and I expect a beatdown of the Pittsburgh Steelers if Lamar Jackson plays, and it is due he's going to play. I want the Cleveland Browns to whoop on Aaron Rodgers and company, keep the run game on the low, and we should be good.
I think Pittsburgh will run the ball. That's what I'm expecting, to be able to run the ball.
Actually, I think the game is in Pittsburgh.
This defense hasn't been playing well in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They just haven't. They kind of shit in the bed when it comes to letting people run the ball down their throat.
Yeah, it's at Pittsburgh.
It's been, I believe, 4 weeks now where the running back has gotten over 100 yards on them. So,
Yep.
not looking too good. Almost seems like they're at the point where they just know, we don't got to do so much. The season's cooked.
The season is cooked, but I know they don't mind giving the Pittsburgh Steelers a big middle finger, fuck you, on the way out. Well, I know that for a fact. Let's go to the next game here. Your Philadelphia Eagles at the Buffalo Bills. And even the Vegas spread expects a close matchup here. This might be a Super Bowl preview for all we know. You got the 16th ranked offense, thanks to your offensive coordinator who's a fucking bum, and your 4th ranked defense versus the 3rd ranked offense and the winning MVP, but the 16th ranked defense.
4th ranked defense. Okay, I see y'all.
Buffalo clinches AFC East with winning a New England loss to the New York Trash, which is not going to happen. I expect Philadelphia to actually impose their will early, but I expect Josh Allen to go superhero at one point. So this is what I expect. I'm not going to predict the winner, but I expect you guys to start off hot, Josh Allen to respond and go Superman, and this is when all eyes are on your offense coordinator and your quarterback, and see if you guys can answer back or just call it a season because you already clinched.
You know what I expect? You want to know what I really expect from this game? I expect them to experiment in this game. I expect the Eagles to take this game almost like they know they're already in, because they're already in the playoffs. So go in this game and see what you can
It's not a bad
use for the playoffs, going into the playoffs, because you're gonna need it. I feel like you're gonna need it. The Rams, you're not gonna be able to stop them unless you get.
You mean creativity?
Yeah, we gotta get more creative. Even in not just this game, the next game as well. I feel like Hurts needs to play, maybe like the first half or so, and just so that he can just get reps. Because whatever is going on with the offense, it has to be the offensive coordinator. So we might as well just be aggressive in this game, and who cares if we lose? It doesn't matter.
Well, the best head coach QB combo wins, and I think that belongs to Philadelphia. Most were going to argue, that was a hot take, I'm sure. Most are going to argue the best QB is on Buffalo, but the best roster is in Philadelphia. That may be true to a lot of people, but I think the best quarterback is right here. The guy who's won the Super Bowl MVP, the guy who has a better winning percentage in his career, the guy who doesn't turn the ball over anywhere near as much, the man who hasn't choked in the playoffs, and the man who is right now, to me, he has to be now the best of the top 5 QBs. He's the only champion left in the playoffs, other than Matthew Stafford. But Matthew Stafford is probably going to win the MVP, you think? Or Drake May, one of the two? Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's the only other guy that can talk now, unless Lamar can sneak in. Because this is looking like a two-man show as far as the top 5 QBs. And depending on how shit, goes down, we might have to reshuffle our top 5 QBs. But my eye test, my wisdom, and the QFL rule says Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Philadelphia. Not just because you're here. I've got to go with my boy Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Not because I don't like Josh Allen, but because I don't like the Buffalo Bills.
Anyways, for those who are viewing, this man over here is the one who put me on Hurts, because I wasn't in love with Hurts when we first got him. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I see nothing but accuracy. I see nothing but, and he's just proving me wrong. I can't hate on that.
Well, I wasn't trying to prove you wrong. I was just trying to tell you what I saw in college.
I'm not saying just you. I'm saying Hurts. I'm saying Hurts proved me wrong. He's the one who went up there and showed me, hey, I can be accurate. I can be clutch. I do got heart. I can command the room. Like,
And
there's
he's been
nothing I can
he's
say
been through adversity.
bad about him, bro.
He's been through adversity. He's won. He saved the day when Tua was fucking hurt. It wasn't the championship game. It was the SEC championship game. Tua actually got hurt, and they asked for Jalen Hurts to bail him out, and he got him to the national championship game, which Tua ended up winning. But he's been through adversity. He's gone through a lot of shit, and he's still
had to be
come
benched,
up
and he's come out
and,
on top.
And he's a reigning Super Bowl MVP. So I don't know what you say. I know Buffalo's going to
$300 million.
I think these are the two Super Bowl favorites. I think Vegas should have these are the two Super Bowl favorites. And it might be a Super Bowl matchup because I don't see anybody according to the QFL rules, I don't see anybody beating Josh Allen in the playoffs unless Lamar can get in and shake his choking. And for Buffalo, I am sure that they're praying for Pittsburgh to win tomorrow. I am sure that they're on their knees playing, please, God.
I can already see what the
because we're not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens 3 times in a row. Hell to the no, all right? Especially not in the fucking playoffs. All right, let's get to the next game here, which is the final game we're going to cover.
The Bills just need to worry about Saquon.
Yes.
If they don't worry about Saquon, then we're going to open it up.
Here's the San Francisco 49ers hosting the Chicago punk-ass Bears. Now, I don't mind the Chicago Bears. I'm a native New Yorker. I'm from Florida, though. But as a native New Yorker, Chicago's like our brother. They're the only city that that actually understands New Yorkers. So I don't mind Chicago. It's not that. It's just fuck Caleb Williams. They're the 10th ranked offense because of their coaching and because of the weapons around him, not because of him himself. He has a nice live arm, but the man's body language is atrocious. The man's IQ is questionable, and the man's accuracy is definitely must be desired. Not on the other side. On the other side, they have the exact same, maybe even fuck that shit. That's a disrespectful gesture. My bad. They have a way better offensive mind in Kyle Shanahan. They have a way better quarterback in Brock Purdy, and they have the same exact weapons, I'll say better, in 49ers. Not to mention, we just got news that the boy over here, what's the middle linebacker's name for the San Francisco 49ers they're missing?
Fred Warner.
Who?
Fred Warner.
Who?
Fred Warner.
The number one linebacker, if not Roquan Smith in the entire league, if not fucking Bobby Wagner.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. That motherfucker is literally. He's on the way back, and if he comes back for the Niners playoff run, watch out. It don't matter if they're on the road or at home. This is a real team who's been to the Super Bowl multiple times. I expect the Niners to not just cover this, but they're gonna blow this team out. I think Caleb Williams is going to fuck up, and I think Brock Purdy is not. I see a 20th ranked defense over there, and I see a 13th ranked defense over here. And then I see a 10th ranked offense, cool, but I see a 9th ranked offense there, and Brock Purdy hasn't played all season. Just remember that.
Fatality.
49ers should cover this pretty easy. They should pounce on the Bears early, and CMC should make sure that they control time of possession anyway. This is just, I don't see the Bears. The Bears won the NFC North with the Green Bay loss to my Baltimore Ravens, so they've clinched. I'm not saying that they're going to show up thinking we don't need this game, doesn't matter. No, they're going to show up, but the thing is that the Niners are going to give them a nice slice of humble pie.
So this is how I feel. I feel the same way as you. The best quarterback that Purdy has played in the last 2 weeks would be Phillip Rivers, right? Because we don't believe Caleb Williams is on Phillip Rivers' level right now in the NFL, which is crazy to say, but it is true. Phillip Rivers looked better than Caleb Williams has looked all season of any game.
It's funny. Tyler Huntley just beat Malik Willis and Caleb Williams in the same season. Fuck y'all.
Fatality.
Ooh, Tyler Huntley, let him know. Snoop, let him know. He lost to Snoop first. That was the first the first start of Snoop Huntley this season. We beat the Bears.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is at home.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
And this is Brock Purdy coming off a 5-touchdown game.
And it's Sunday Night Football, broski.
I'm sorry, bro. This is gonna be a bad one for you, buddy. You're gonna look like you don't belong. It's okay. Everybody gotta go through it. Everybody gotta take
is Odunze gonna play?
their ass whooping.
Is Odunze gonna play?
Does it matter?
Doesn't fucking matter if Odunze is gonna fucking play. Who the fuck is Odunze? Who the fuck is Odunze? It's a second year nothing that done nothing all season.
You got his stats here? Is that what you pulling up?
No, I just want to see if he's actually playing or not. They usually say, let's see right
Pull
here.
up his stats real quick for me.
Out is McLeod and Odunze. Fuck him.
You can't put
Fuck him.
You can't click that right there.
No.
Oh,
But Pearsall is questionable and George Kittle is questionable, but George Kittle is likely to play. They said, no, this is gonna be.
Feed it to Jennings anyways. I got him in fantasy. I need that.
Oh, they will.
I need that.
Oh, they will. Don't you worry. So there goes that. That's a Sunday Night Football game. Your prediction, my prediction is Niners. Easy. That's gonna be an easy game. Let's get back to the QFL one more time before we switch to the NBA. So right now we have the QFL power rankings, right? So here are the Week 16 tiers from last week. It's relatively the same. You have the simps and you have the top 5 picks. The simps are losers, guys who are left on red, guys who get stood up on dates, never get laid. They're always in the friend zone. Those are those guys. Those are the Saints, the New York Trash, the Washington Redskins, the Bengals, and the punk-ass Cowboys. Those guys are always simping. These guys are atrocious organizations, except for the Saints, that just don't know how to get shit right for some reason. And then you got the guys who are top 5 picks humbly. It's just Cleveland, it's Titans, it's the Raiders, it's the Giants, and it's the Cardinals. And you can add the Saints to that list, and then the rest of the Sims. Then you got the haters. These guys are not probably going to make the playoffs, but they're strong enough to knock out somebody off the playoffs. And that is like what Cleveland can do with the Pittsburgh Steelers, hopefully. Yeah. But you got the Atlanta Falcons who are playing the Rams and on Monday night. That game doesn't matter. But if the fucking Falcons win, the Rams might be the last seed in the NFC, so they'll be facing the best team that they could face in the first round. The Vikings I don't know who they're playing. If they play another NFC North team, then fuck them up again. The Colts will play the Texans, so the Texans still got to watch out there. And the Jaguars and the the Titans. But and the Jaguars and the Texans played last.
But that's if the Colts defeat who they got to defeat this week, right? Okay.
Kansas City, I don't know what else they can do. Miami, I don't know what they can do. Carolina, you know that they have a big game coming up in a few hours. And then my Baltimore Ravens are waiting the Cleveland Steelers results. The wildcard teams right now, we can say that is Panthers instead of the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers on the outside looking in. Chicago just won the NFC North, so they upgraded, but I'm not going to put them in my power ranking because I still don't trust Caleb Williams. As you see, I put the Green Bay Packers and the Chargers in the same footing, and they've been in the same footing the entire time. What did I say? The Green Bay Packers are the most untrustworthy team in the NFC, and the Chargers are the most untrustworthy team in the AFC. Both teams started off hot, but then as the season started going along and people started getting into rhythm and people started catching their footing, those guys settled and become a pretenders, basically. That's why they stay off my power rankings. And the Pittsburgh Steelers might make my power rankings. We'll see. Let's look at it right now. Let's go with yours first. Here is your Week 17 power rankings.
I actually do have Chicago in there though, but anyways, going after it, we got at 10. I got the Texans. Sorry, they're a hellified defense, but I don't trust their offense. So even though they have a pretty good record, I think this is probably one of the weakest teams going into the playoffs, just because of that offense. The difference why I got Chicago higher is because they actually can score the ball. They actually can run the ball. They actually do have an offensive mind in Ben Johnson, in my opinion. I feel like they've gotten some of the best play out of Caleb Williams because of that, and that's the reason why they're rolling, in my opinion. At 7, I have the San Francisco 49ers. I think this is a dangerous team. I think they're starting to get rolling, but I can't put them above these other teams because these other teams have had the success all year. And their quarterback as well. Then I have Seattle at 6. I got Seattle at 6 because defense travels. Defense travels. And even though I believe on the road they don't have a shot in hell because of Sam Darnold, I actually do think they might scare a team because they'll be able to stop the other team's offense. At 6, I got the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix, I thought was starting to play a little bit better. I would say it just doesn't look like that offense is going to be consistent all year. You're just going to have to pray that defense shows up, which usually does. I don't know why they had that stinker against Jacksonville.
I do.
At 5, I got the Rams. But the Rams, I moved them down because I feel like the Rams is just offense. Their defense to me is it's it's uh it's a work in progress, I guess you could say. At 4, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're starting to get on a roll. They beat Denver, which is one of those teams that we saw coming, and I think that defense is starting to play at their best at the right time. At 2, at 3, I got the Patriots. The Patriots have a young quarterback star, I believe, in the making. Running back as well, and Travion Henderson. I think they got a veteran voice in Stephon Diggs, and also they have a champion as a head coach, and I feel like that's a recipe for good things to come. At 2, I got the Buffalo Bills because of Josh Allen. If anybody could get them there, it could be Josh Allen if he gets on a heater. And then James Cook, to me, is one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL. I think he's top 5 without question. At 1, I'm gonna stick with the Eagles because I think the Eagles starting to show a little bit more consistency offensively, which is a good thing. Even though it's against sorry teams, it doesn't matter. In the NFL, it's hard to win, so you take the wins however you could get them. I think they pretty much dominated the last 2 people they faced, even though they're weak teams. But it looks like they're getting on a roll in the right time, and their defense is suffocating.
It's a good list, but I disagree with a few that you have there, especially the Jacksonville Jaguars. What the fuck do you have them so high, bro? All right, so we are rated
They're
M for
playing really
millennials, y'all.
I just feel like they're playing really well.
Millennials know that back then when we played video games, there was no way to save progress. Every time you played a video game, you had to play from the very beginning. One of the best games was Mortal Kombat. It was a game where you could pick a fighter, you work your way up the tower, and if you beat the champions, you save Earth and Earth Realm and all that good shit. So here are my Week 17 QFL power rankings. Finish him. At number 10, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers there because I don't trust anybody else with the way Aaron Rodgers is playing beneath him. I also think that they have the best coach out of everybody else beneath them. So Mike Tomlin and the Steelers good in at 10. Hellacious environment. I don't think their defense is the Steel Curtain and the strength of the team anymore, but they've got a nice balance for now. I got Jacksonville at number 9 because Terror Lawrence is still Terror Lawrence. He has turned a leaf, but that is since against since they caught Jacoby Myers, but they haven't always beaten elite teams. And one team, the Denver Broncos quarterback, played like ass, and that's why I don't trust the Denver Broncos. I don't have them too far up there either. I have the Texans above them because I trust the Broncos defense more than the Texans right now, and I trust Sean Payton more than the Texans offense right now. I think they're in the same footing, so I put them next to each other right there. I trust the San Francisco 49ers more than all of those teams over there, so I have them at number 6. I think Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the NFC. Sometimes maybe even the best offensive mind in the QFL than Andy Reid.
I think he is the best coach in the NFC. I agree with you because even with like less, he gets out more. I don't know how he does it, but he's an amazing coach.
He should be the coach of the year this year after all those injuries and everything. I would say he's him right now. I won't blame the guy in Seattle either, or New England. These teams all deserve it. New England, I have them tempered because I've seen a little bit of from both that defense and that offense and that quarterback. Not to mention that they're young and inexperienced. So I know that people are used to seeing that punk-ass logo 18 years straight as Super Bowl contenders, but I think we have to temper this a little bit because of the inexperience and just because of some games I've seen, not just against my Ravens, but against Buffalo, where they just seemed a little not elite anymore. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks. I think that the defense is more elite than everybody else on this list. The problem is their quarterback. So Sam Darnold, I have to put you beneath Matt Stafford, who's the MVP favorite at the moment. I don't trust his defense at all, but I definitely trust his offense, and they have weapons. They have 2 running backs, they have 2 wide receivers, they have a tight end, and they have a legend quarterback with a Super Bowl ring and a Super Bowl winning coach. And then you got the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, the to me, the best QB left in the playoffs, and there's no excuses now. If you can't get it done, you can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? You should be getting this, catching the same hell Lamar has been catching this whole time. If you don't get it done this season without all the obstacles that are normally there, in being Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Pat Mahomes. I think that they're the favorite to win. I think they're probably going to win and get to the Super Bowl. But
Do you think New England's going to win the division, though?
Hell yes.
It's over, right?
I hope that they do win the division because I want to see if Josh Allen wants to do it, he's going to have to do it the hard way. You're going to go through the fucking wild card round and never get a home game with the Bills Mafia on your shoulder.
Eli Manning.
And then you got the city of brotherly love, the reigning champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, who have beaten half these teams over here, and they're still kicking. Saquon looks like he's woken up. A.J. Brown stopped reading books, and Devontae Smith is still the dagger that he is. All right, all we need is your offensive coordinator to go take a hike or catch the flu or something, and everything will be good and dandy in Philadelphia.
I'm saying experiment. In this game, experiment.
Well, it's always sunny in Philadelphia without the offensive coordinator you have.
Try it all. See what works.
But I have a rude awakening for everybody in this fucking rankings if the fucking Browns beat the Steelers tomorrow. I have a rude awakening for every single one of you if you guys think that the Baltimore Ravens are not going to go into Schittsburg in Week 18 for the AFC title and come out with an L if Lamar Jackson is winning. I mean, is playing. So everybody in the AFC, you are on notice if the Cleveland Browns pull up a miracle tomorrow. And everybody in the NFC, good luck because he don't lose to your kind very often. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cleveland's going to get their ass beat. But I hope Shador just...
Hurts don't lose to the AFC either.
Nope. But... what's it called? Who have you faced in the AFC?
They face
you face everybody by now?
The Bills,
yeah, this is his fifth year. He's already
Patriots,
faced everybody.
Yeah.
You already faced every division by now. All right, so let's switch to the N3A for a little bit, shall we?
Finish him.
Good.
Here we have the Week 10 notes of the N3A, the Negro 3-Point Association, or addicts. As you see, this man likes to just hang his arm low after shooting a three. You see the 3 digits right there in his finger, and he's injecting himself with some heroin in front of women and children. Here are my notes. Hot takes for the N3A. Number 1, OKC is now owned by the San Antonio Spurs. They have beaten them 3 times and 2 times in the same week. Not to mention on fucking Christmas. Fuck them. Oklahoma is now a one-man army. This is not a respected, legit contender. It's reason to believe that I thought that they were going to win 70-something games. They're not going to win 70-something games anymore. Not to mention, I think it's gone down to almost 2% that they're going to repeat as champions. I don't even think they're going to make the NBA Finals this season. Don't look like it. Don't smell like it. They've got something to fix. They still got time to fix it, but as of the moment, looks like a one-man army, and one-man armies don't win very often. Then you got the Lakers. The Lakers are now the worst defense inside the playoff picture, motherfucker.
Cool, nigga.
Fuck the Lakers right now. They're dealing with injuries and shit like that. They have no fucking size. They're very weak at rebounding. They're very weak at fucking defending. They are soft as hell on the defensive floor, and because of that, the Lakers are no longer contenders to me on the West or in any conference. Then you have the T-Wolves. They have become a legitimate threat. They play very good defense and play sound offense, and this man is looking like the clutch, you know what I'm saying, opponent that Brunson has. And he's Baby Jordan right now. But Cantman was what I remember in the playoffs, and Cantman is his label until he fixes it, so we'll see. The next note is that Denver is now the team to beat in the West. I am convinced now that this is the team that you're going to have to take off if you want to be the Western Conference champion, not Oklahoma anymore. New York Knicks are now officially an offensive unit. The defensive-minded team that Tom Thibodeau built the last 5 years is gone. They're now an offensive unit that allows teams, that no matter what talent level they have, to score over 120 points. Then you have the Houston Rockets are back to being pretenders. They cannot shoot the ball, and teams have figured this shit out. They're not going to just let them, you know what I'm saying, press like the perimeter players so that they could be able to, like, I guess, slash in or pick and roll with Sengun. They're not doing that. They're going to double team Sengun and challenge everybody to shoot other than Kevin Durant, and it's coming to success. Mm-hmm. And then I want you to rank the NBA's best duos. I want to do this as a surprise.
Oh, right now?
Right now. Give me the top 5 NBA duos in the
that are playing right now, though, as of right now. Okay, I'll say, obviously, from Denver, you got Jokic and Jafar. You got, which is Jamal Murray. You got, let me see. Another really good duo. I was going to say SGA and Jalen Williams, but I don't like the way Jalen Williams is playing right now. I don't think they're playing. That's a great duo right now. But I guess you could put them in there. They won championship. I think Jaylen Brown and Derek White are playing as one of the best duos right now. I think those two are playing off each other very well. I think I would say Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe, the rookie.
No. You can if you want to.
Kawhi and James Harden.
Nope. I've got, yes, the Denver Nugget duo and Jokic and Jamal Murray. I got Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. I've got Randall and Anthony Edwards.
Karl Anthony Towns. But he is playing good, though.
He's averaging 22 points a game with 13 rebounds. How many duels have those two?
Yeah, you're right.
Then you got Ant-Man and Julius Randle, both over 20 points a game, doing work. I've got to put.
I think Kawhi and James Harden when they're on the floor. I wouldn't say like when they're obviously because they're always hurt. But
Last time I checked,
this right now they're playing.
Last time I checked,
together.
They are 9-21, according to the standings.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad.
Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna put somebody who's not even in the playoff picture as a top 5 duo. Where are they at?
But if they could stay, that's what I'm saying. If they could stay healthy,
They're 9-21. No, thank you. No thanks. I'd rather put Jimmy and Steph Curry there before those two. So I put Jimmy, Steph Curry, JB and Kat, Jamal and Jokic, Ant-Man and Randall, and
there's not too many duos like that though.
I can't put LeBron and Luka in there. They barely ever played.
I'm gonna say OKC, SGA and Jalen Williams.
Nope, because Williams ain't playing like shit all season.
Not even playing shit all season. He's just lately.
I might have to go with your boys or Orlando over there.
Who in Orlando?
Paolo and Wagner.
Oh, okay. But Wagner's hurt.
Mm-hmm. So it might be Brown and White. Because Wemby's only one guy. Castle and them ain't doing all that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe just one guy.
That's what I felt about SGA. It's just one guy, and the other guys ain't really doing all that. Meanwhile, the other guys are playing. They're going to be both duos are going to make the All Stars. That's what I'm saying. I don't think both Harden and Kawhi are making the All Star game.
What about Cleveland? Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, even though he just came back.
He just came back. I was thinking about that, but because he just came back, I have to wait.
All right.
But I would say that every single one of those duos are making the All Star game. Okay, Jokic and Jamal, Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson are making the All Star game.
Sengun and Kevin Durant.
Maybe. I was thinking about that.
AR and Luka.
Yeah, maybe you could do that. Maybe that's a better because it's supposed to be LeBron, but AR and Luka. Maybe you could say that. But
Yeah.
Luka's hurt right now.
No, not Luka. AR.
AR's hurt right now.
Yeah, AR's the one.
But I know, the Knicks duo, the Nuggets duo,
Okay, that's 2.
the T-Wolves duo.
Okay. Said Steph Curry and Jimmy.
I don't think they're both making the All-Star game. Maybe one of them, but not both.
Oh, you saying it to make the All-Star game? You talking about the?
I'm just saying that the duos that I ranked, most of them are going to make the All-Star game.
Yeah. I don't know about Derek White though.
He just might.
Yeah.
He just might.
I don't know. I don't think his numbers are.
But I think those are probably the only duels for sure that we could think of that are making the All-Star game. There's no way in hell Harden and fucking and Kawhi make the All-Star. If
They
they
might
do,
get the popularity.
if they do, I'm not watching the All-Star game. I'm just gonna watch the slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest and call it a week. Cause I'm not paying.
Luke and AR make the All-Star
No,
game.
there's no way in hell that Harden and Kawhi both make the All-Star game at 9 and 21.
No, I'm saying Luka and AR they'll make the All-Star game
All right.
together.
So let's get to the N3A power rankings, shall we? No, what is that? Wait. NBA Week 10 power rankings, LeBron's version.
Yes,
Get it,
sir.
bro.
So at 10, I got the Lakers because their defense is terrible. I think that's self-explanatory. We know their offense is special with those three that they have on their team, but the problem is defense and rebounding. At 9, I got the Rockets. I'm gonna keep the Rockets up there because they got Kevin Durant and Sengun. I like that part of it. The only problem to me is their shooting. I think they got a really good defense. I think they have a really good head coach, and I think they do play well when they're able to shoot the ball. At 8, I got the Orlando Magic. Now the Orlando Magic are like teeter-totted. I always, it's like up and down with them no matter what. Like Anthony Black just scored 38 points. Let's see how many he has the next game. I feel like that's the problem with them. Their inconsistencies is what keeps them below what their potential is. At 7, I got the Boston Celtics. We're playing really well without their superstar player there.
19 and 11, sitting third in the East.
Defense.
They have a better record than the Lakers.
Defense is really starting to get an identity with them putting Hugo and Walsh in the game. They have Derek White, who also is clamps, and then Jaylen Brown. He can clamp up as well. So this is a team that I would watch out for in the playoffs if Jason Tatum comes back. At 6, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they got one of the best players in the NBA, top 5 in my opinion. Julius Randle is a good complement to that, and I think they have a lot of depth. It's young, but it's a lot of depth, and I think some the main pieces that they have are veterans. So I feel like if they can get more out of their depth, that team, to me, in the West is a big threat. Then I have the San Antonio Spurs at top 5. I think Wemby is incredible. I think once he learns how to simplify the game, I believe he needs to simplify the game because he be doing a lot of Kyrie, and I feel like he don't even need to do any of that. That's cool and stuff like the All-Star game and stuff, but when you want to win games, why not simplify? The rest of the team is good. I just think they need to get more chemistry with Wemby, and then we'll see what they can become. At 4, I got the Detroit Pistons. To me, they're, like you said, a one-man army, but those pieces, for some reason, he makes it work with those pieces. So they'll go as far as he gets them, but I think Jalen Durant will also be a big part of that. At 3, I have the New York Knicks. New York Knicks, to me, are playing incredible basketball right now. They have a lot of depth. I believe that had they not had problems on the road, I would have them higher. But I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets at 2 because the Denver Nuggets, to me, have the experience of winning a championship, and they have the best player in the NBA, in my opinion. And at 1, I'm gonna stick with OKC, not just because of their record. I think they'll figure this out. I don't think Chet is who people think he is as far as like being this unicorn, but they'll get it done because I think Jalen Williams will get it together. And I think they have the depth as well. Those are my power rankings. Saturday.
To Stacker, no, the what the fuck is from Wolf on Wall Street when the guy when they confront the gay butler because they said that someone took money from his house, and he's like, oh, it's because I'm gay. He's like, no, I mean, I have friends at your game, you know what I'm saying? And then they're like, he knows. He talk about, he was dancing at the club. He knows. He's like, I don't know. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I get fucked up. I like to dance. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That was that shit before they punch him in the nose. Like, where's the fucking money? All right, so that's your power rankings. I'm very disappointed, Broski. I am very, very, very disappointed. How the fuck do you have Oklahoma City number 1 this week? In my power rankings, I do not. And it is because of their record. I'm not gonna put a team who's 6-4 in the last 10 games number 1 anymore. Fuck that shit. At number 10, I got the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, this is the worst defense in the entire playoff picture, but they have a good offense. As long as they're healthy, this is a formidable foe. But if you have defense and you have a good offense, you're gonna mop the floor with these motherfuckers. Believe me, you're gonna mop the floor. Then you got the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are one of the best, probably the most elite defensive team in the West, other than Oklahoma. The problem is they have no offense to speak of outside of Kevin Durant and Sengun, and that is a problem. That's why I have them at number 9. I got the Orlando Magic's at number 8. They have a very similar method and discipline and defense as the Rockets do. The problem is that they have a way better offensive arsenal. They just don't have a Kevin Durant. Unless Paolo or Wagner decides to go Super Saiyan, I don't see it happening. Kevin Durant is still the superstar that the Magic wish they had. So that's why they're number 8. The T-Wolves do have that superstar. They don't play as good offense or defense as the teams beneath them, but they're way better balanced than the teams beneath them, and not to mention they almost swept the 10th seed there. So the T-Wolves are at number 7, and I think they're moving up. They've become a threat to me. I got your Boston Celtics at number 6 because to me this is the best team in the league that doesn't have a superstar. And if you get your superstar, they're back to being the best team in the league. And the fact that you guys are 19-11 is what I've been trying to tell people.
And that's a crazy.
In a 7-game series, I trust this team more than the teams underneath them, so that's why they're number 6.
He's playing like a superstar.
And the NBA Finals MVP that is Jaylen Brown, the Eastern Conference MVP, the Larry Bird Trophy winner and the Bill Russell Trophy winner for the Boston Celtics is literally an MVP favorite right now and playing like lights out. I got the Spurs in there because the Spurs are the only other hot team on this ranking. They are the hottest team in this ranking, or tied to be the hottest team in this ranking. They have beaten the defending champions 2 times in the same week and 3 times overall, and they're rolling right now. But they lost today, so I have to put them underneath the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons are a very good team, but they're a one-man army. And they're not as good as a one-man army as Oklahoma, nowhere near as experienced, so we have to keep them tempered. I got Oklahoma at number 3 because of what I've seen this last 10 games. They are 6-4. They only had 1 loss, and all of a sudden in the last 10 games, they lose 4. No longer going to win 70 games. They're no longer the threat I thought that they were. They're still a very fucking good team, and I expect them to make the NBA or the Western Conference Finals. But they're just not the team that they was last year as far as offense is concerned. Defensively, they're still very, very stout, but they don't have the offensive arsenal that they can. It's SGA and nobody else. Then you have the Denver Nuggets. I actually had the Denver Nuggets number 1, but for some reason they somehow lost to my Orlando Magic tonight here in Orlando where we're from. And that was a little shocking to me. So just for now, then I'm just going to put the Knicks back there because the Knicks won tonight.
Especially after being up.
Yeah, and they were up by a lot. Yeah. And then I have to put the Knicks there because the Knicks keep winning. They're the only other hot team that the San Antonio can speak to. But we beat the Spurs, so there goes that. We have an elite offense. We have an elite player. Looks like we're well coached on the offensive side of the basketball, but I don't trust the defense. And like I said, it's supposed to be Denver Nuggets to be number 1. If they had not lost to the Orlando Magic, it'd be Nuggets 1, Knicks 2. So I'm just going to keep my Knicks there just because I'm a Knicks fan, just being biased. But it should be the Denver Nuggets. They're actually the number 1 seed. It's just that because they lost tonight, I put the rankings after the game, not before the game. But I think that they're the team to beat now. The Nuggets, to me, look like the team to beat. The Knicks are just the team to beat in the East. But in the NBA, obviously it's a Thunder that you want to beat, but it looks like it's the Nuggets to me. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what do you think of that.
Those are the 2 scariest teams to me, the Celtics and the Timberwolves.
Yes.
If Anthony, if he starts playing, if he keeps playing like this, oh yeah.
So let's get to the players under pressure. Here in the Pressure Podcast, we like to hold, you know what I'm saying, worthy athletes and greats and important situations. I like to hold them to the fire and see if they can can succeed and prove us either right or wrong, or everybody right or wrong. And we're rating for millennials. So in Dragon Ball Z is one of the things we like to use for the players under pressure. There are 2 special rooms in Dragon Ball Z when shit gets going, when shit hits the fan, when Earth is threatened and everybody's lives is in jeopardy. One of the rooms is the one that he controls, is the hyperbolic time chamber. It's a special room where you can spend a year's worth of training in 24 hours. So here's to you, bro. Get to your players under pressure. These are non-QBs, everybody, for week 17. Get it.
One I got, Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, you did the most disgusting thing in the first game of the season. And I'm calling you out because this year you have not played up to your potential. You haven't played good to me at all. I don't even think we're seeing double teams too much against you. I think Jordan Davis is outplaying you like tremendously, and you're missing on the defense. So I need you to get your shit together and get it going and stop James Cook from having any type of success tomorrow. I'm calling Bucky Irvin out. Bucky Irvin last year was a dynamic piece. This year, he's a dynamic piece of shit. He has not played well. He's been playing terrible, in my opinion. A lot of how do you say, plays where he's trying to like do too much instead of just hitting the hole. It's hurting their team because I believe Baker Mayfield is having to throw the ball too much, and I don't think that's his game so much as with the wide receivers that, to me, aren't playing that good. So I need you to get your shit together and get going so that offense can get going, because I think you guys go as you go, because that team was dynamic last year. Then I put Cam Curl in there. Not just Cam Curl. I'm putting that whole fucking defense in there. You guys got to have pride in what y'all do, man. Like, that's insane to me that you guys are actually giving up that many points when pretty much the game was over. All you had to do was just get off the field a couple times and at least just let them run out the clock.
Yo, but you gotta say the team. You can't expect everybody to know who the players are.
Cam Curl. I said Cam Curl.
Yeah, you gotta say the team. You can't.
Oh, the Rams. I'm sorry, the LA Rams I'm calling out because I said the LA Rams. I thought I said it. LA Rams defense I'm calling out because they did not show up when they needed to show up late in that game. It was, I think 21. I think they gave up 21 unanswered, if I'm not mistaken. So that can't happen. Defense needs to show up this week. It's against Atlanta, so I'm expecting y'all to eat at least a little bit there. Then I put the Bills' Dawson Knox. I put in Dalton Kincaid and James Cook. If y'all don't get that offense going between you three, the Eagles gonna eat y'all alive. I don't think you guys have a chance in hell if James Cook isn't able to run the ball. Josh Allen is great, but that defense is greater, and I'm not kidding. I'm telling you that defense is legit. It is a problem with the Eagles.
How many yards would you say of production do you need from
James Cook?
From Cook for them to win?
I would say like 125, 150, about 2 tutties. It don't have to be one rushing. It could be 2 catching or something like that. But that's what I expect. If they don't get that going, I don't think. And I think between the tight ends there has to be something between 100, 120, about 120. So like 60 apiece, or one of them go off. But he's gonna need that. And I'm calling out Joey Bosa on the defense because that defense, if they can't stop Saquon Barkley, it's over. It's completely over.
How many points do you expect
the Eagles have?
I
expect the Eagles to have 30.
Okay.
Just because I think they got, like I said, I think they got the offense rolling, and not only that, I know it's against sorry ass teams, but we're not gonna sit here and act like the Bills' defense is hell to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So, and the aura of Josh Allen, we don't got to worry about that with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts can play Patrick Mahomes. playing Josh Allen and him is probably like a level down.
Do you see a scenario where Philadelphia only scores 24 or less and wins?
Yeah.
So you're very confident.
No, yeah, I did because of the defense. I think that defense is for real.
Yeah, but you seem to forget who your offensive coordinator is over there.
I'm not worried about the offensive coordinator. I'm worried about that. I know that defense is gonna come through. I know that defense is gonna come through. But in order for them to eat, they all gotta eat. Like if the tight ends aren't getting it, they're gonna single out James Cook, and you're not gonna be able to get it to anybody else. Last person I have right there, sorry, is Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings. The only reason I put Jawan Jennings in there is because, motherfucker, I got you on fantasy, and I need you to win me that money. That's it.
Well, it is against Chicago's punk ass secondary, so I think that should cook over there.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, rated M for millennials, once again, the other room in Dragon Ball Z that was special was a gravity room. It was a room where you could multiply Earth's gravity times however much you can handle, get faster, get stronger, and go kick Frieza or Cell's ass. So let's get to the 20 times gravity room, motherfucker. In there, you're going to find Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young. And every time I put them in the gravity room, I give them special instructions. It's easy. Take AFC South, take NFC South. Currently, the Jacksonville Jaguars lead the AFC South and have a home field game in the first round of the playoffs. All you have to do is keep winning because your division rivals Texas just keep being on your heels right now. You have no room for error. Just keep winning, and all things are clear for you to host the playoff game. And the same thing for Bryce Young. You have no shot of making the playoffs if you don't win your division, so you need to take the NFC South. You are playing against the Seattle Seahawks, motherfucker. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you fucking do something.
Fatality.
They gave him a tough one there, huh?
For real. Then we got the 50 times gravity room. Here you got more elite players. In here you can find Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford. They play in the same division, and they have a very similar thing to do. Take Seattle's cookies.
Oh, pause.
Well, remember, I don't think that Seattle's going to lose this week, but Seattle and 49ers play next week.
Yeah, I know.
So if San Francisco just does what they have to do against Chicago and Seattle does what they have to do against Carolina, we've got a playoff atmosphere game for next week, motherfucker. And then we also have Matthew Stafford playing the Monday Night Football games, the Atlanta Falcons. I expect that to be a thorough beatdown, maybe even a shootout, but mostly a beatdown. And I expect these teams to take Seattle's cookies because these two quarterbacks are better than Sam Darnold at the moment. And then we got the 100 times gravity room. Here we got some better players. Here you got Sam Darnold, who's really under pressure, and then you got Drake May. Their jobs to do the same exact thing. In Drake May's case is to defend the AFC East. This is the first time you have owned this division, not your team. Believe me, your team actually owns this division numerically and statistically by the numbers and the years. But at your behest, at your era, in New England, you have yet to do that, and you have it right now, so just defend it. And then for Sam Darnold, I don't think anybody in the world expected you to be the number one seed in the NFC when the season began, and you have it. So protect that and protect the NFC West because you got the Niners coming next week.
Oh, fun fact. I picked them to win the NFC.
Yes, sir. And then we have the Super Saiyan, the 400 times gravity room. You have the only two elite players guaranteed to make the playoffs right now, so I have both of them in the same room. However, they're facing each other, which is ironic, and I want them to give us, everybody in home, to give us a real shootout what top 5 QB fucking looks like right before the playoffs. Turn Super Saiyan 2, put some electricity in there, and that way we can...
Fatality.
Damn,
Absolutely.
It might snow this game, though.
Fuck snow. I want to hear this Super Saiyan right here with the electricity over there, the ones that take on Cell, baby. But yes, turn Super Saiyan 2, motherfuckers, because you're coming to the playoffs, guaranteed. Those are the week 17 QFL players under pressure, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
That was a nice show right there. We're gonna cut it here at the 1 minute and almost 1 hour and 10 minute mark. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Please give us your power rankings. Give us your top 10 teams in the NBA and the N3A and the QFL and the NFL, okay? Give us your best duos in the NBA. Anything that you disagree with, give it in the comment. Hit it. I want to argue with somebody. I want to debate with somebody. Give us your hot takes. And please feel free to share this with one of your friends who loves to watch sports like we do and just talk shit. But till Monday we will recap what we learned and see where we at when the dust settles. See if my Ravens have a week left of football that means something, and also to give you the money player of the weekend, the bum of the week. Till Monday, motherfuckers, be safe.